The reason why we've asked you to come is because we want to relate to you the incident that happened this morning with one of our athletes. Okay, I'm sure you've all heard that an athlete by the name of Nash Dela Cruz passed away. Okay, now in the post of Jaspadawa, he says that he passed away during training. He did not pass away during training. Okay, and what I will do is I will turn over the microphone to the coaches who were present, who saw everything, so that they will explain to you the sequence of events so that you understand exactly what happened. Okay, so that we can clarify everything and that there's no misunderstanding about what happened. Okay, so I'll turn over the microphone to Renato Unso first. Renato, you come and sit here because of this. You come and take my seat and you explain to them the beginnings of everything. And then we'll turn it over to Paski.
Okay.
So, continue.
Okay, yung training namin, we have what you call the daily routine training. So the daily routine training is we gathered all the athletes. They will form a line. They will be counting from 1 to 51 because the number is the athletes who are training are 51 athletes. So after which to check kung ilan yung absent at ilan yung present. So after counting the number, we start in prayers. Nagdadasal kami every day. Start morning prayer. After that, we started the exercise, the stretching exercise.
Warm up.
So after the stretching exercise, I will gather them also. Again, remind them. They must focus on their events, yung mga magaganda yung performance, sinasabi natin maganda yung performance mo, yung mga hindi medyo maganda, kailangan ayusin natin yung performance nyo. So that's the routine every day. And then after that, ibe-break na namin into events. So those thrower will go to the throwing coach, yung long distance will go to the long distance coaches. Sa akin, I am in charge of the hurdles and jumps. So, nag-break na kami. Nung nag-break kami, so, yung mga athletes papunta na sa kanilang designated coaches. So, Paski is in charge in the middle and long distance, which is si De La Cruz is a middle and long distance. So, Paski is walking, papunta na rin sa may starting line because they will start their training there sa starting line ng 400 meters. So, kasama niya yung isang athlete, si Dumo, no? Dumo, the small elementary athlete, kasama niya. So, while they're walking, tumingin si Paski sa likod niya. Si Julian was throwing the discus throw. Sinabihan siya ni Paski na huwag kayong gumawa niyan. Kasasabi lang sa inyo ni Mr. Unson, huwag focus kayo sa training. So, huwag kang tumapon. So, tinigil niya yung tapon niya ng discus. Suddenly, tumatakbo daw si De La Cruz and naghang sa bar. Yung goal post. Yung goal post is soccer goal post na nandun. Yung soccer goal post, yung tubo nun ay maybe yung schedule ng 4 inches. Yung laki, malaki talaga eh. And yan ay mabigat because ginagamit yan sa tubig eh. Hindi naman yung katulad sa poste na may mga ilaw. So pag lakad ni Paski, may sumigaw. So pag talikod niya na ganon, nakita na niya si Nash, no? Nadaganan na nung goal. So, ang buong istorya, magsasabi, Julian, ano nangyari nung naano siya?
Come, let him come and talk. Come on. Julian. No, but you sit here. No, you sit here and guide.
Pinagawa mo ba?
Mark Julian Gonzalez.
Pinakas.
Mark Julian Gonzalez.
So, ang Athletics.
Athletics.
Nalpas stretching min sir, income agdilis kuman. Nakita mi tayo sa kadwa mi nga bakal ti discuss through. So, napang ko yung padas sir. Na sakbay ko yung bakal ay di sir, nagtaray ni Nash nga napan nagbitin di jayan sir. So, napan kami inado nagbitin sir. Ang kami nga expectarin nga kasi mapasamak sir. Di madlaw ko nagtumbay di goalkeeper rin sir. Nagbaba na ko. Tas di taiso na sir, nakapandag ka niya na di kon sir. Ayun sir, tulo na sir.
At naramit mo ba?
Di naramit ko sir, binakat ko di kon sir. Tamo nga mariglikatan sunan sir.
Nadagsin din siya.
Sunadagsi sir.
Tapos,
Ada nang goyod nga may sa kadwa mi sir nga nangidayo di nagkaipandagan na sir.
so nalawag nga hanga training niya.
Ah,
Di pa sila nag-start mag-training, mag-uumpisa pa lang sila eh. Because the coach is there, papunta na sila sa starting line, doon sila mag-uumpisa ng training eh.
Sinunod na yung talaga sa hospital yun.
Oh, okay, so I'll come in now and speak. That's okay with you. So, when people saw what had happened to Nash, so many people ran towards where he was. The first person to get there was Walter, our coach here. And then other people came also. And Pasky. And they already saw that there was so much blood coming out of his nose and his mouth. Okay, so what they did was, Diva, you're relating that you got somebody to drive him to
That's
LCGH.
the student from NU ang tumulong para buhatin siya together with the coaches. Dinala siya ron sa kotse ng student and then they drove to
They drove to LCGH. Now, when he was brought to LCGH, he was brought immediately to the emergency room. Okay? He had no vital signs anymore. Okay? The patient was immediately seen by Dr. Hans Batangan and the nurses on duty. They tried to resuscitate him for 30 minutes, but to no avail. So he was already declared dead. Okay? So, that's what's happened.
Ano yung cause of death niya, Doctor? Sir?
Well, the cause of death here, this is a technical term, it's craniomaxillofacial injury, meaning that, well, they say his skull was broken. The thing fell and broke his skull. Okay? So I want to express my utmost condolences. I went there immediately. Everyone went to LCGH, to the morgue, because the whole family was there. DepEd went there, the coaches went there, we all went there, and it was terrible. Okay? And I've already talked to the father, and we worked out where the wake will take place, and that I will take care of everything for the family. Okay, and this is a great loss because Nash was one of our top distance runners, but Julian is also a good runner, and we've stopped training for the meantime for track and field to allow people to cope with the situation. But they will run again tomorrow anyway. So, any questions, Apo?
Moving forward, Mayor, are we gonna implement more safety precautions sa kanilang training?
Well, it's just something that happened bigla. It's not something that you can think about. I mean, they just went to the goalpost, and people have done that before. Athletes sometimes do that. They go and they do chin-ups, okay? And we've told them not to do that. So,
Actually, every day, we always inform them safety, always safety precaution. these young people sometimes, they take that for granted. But before the start of the training, every day, we always warn them about safety, about they must focus on their events. Can you imagine a long distance runner while walking, throwing the discus? So, just right after, I told them to focus on their events. So, minsan may mga bagay na, di natin makontrol. Although we want, okay din yun sa'yo na precautionary measure.
And please understand that, I've been training, and I trained that athlete myself too. There are times I go there and I train the athletes. Please understand, this is the first time that this has ever happened to me. And I've spent my whole life training athletes. This has never happened. And this happened bigla. So, accidents happen. So it's very regrettable and very sad. But of course, this is a wake-up call to everyone to be ingat with what they do. So
yung tulong from city, your personal?
my personal. I feel very bad. Siyempre. Okay. And I was able to talk to the father and to the mother, and I will do what I have to do. Okay. So please understand, that's the sequence of events. Okay. It didn't happen during training. Okay. And it's something that just happened bigla. That's it. Okay, guys?
Sir, ano pa yung workforce? Sir, talaga bang matibay o talagang mabigat yung?
Ay, sobrang bigat yun kasi yung tubo niya is made of, yung parang sa water pipe, hindi naman katulad yun ng ordinaryong poste na, lata yung laman. This is, parang 4 inches yung kapal nun. Yung diameter, 4 inches. And solid.
Okay naman yung pagkatalagay sa field yung
Hindi. They always pull that Hinahatak lang nila yan Hindi naka-permanent na nakapeg yun. So
anytime matumba pa po.
Matutumba yun kapag 2 o 3 naglambitin doon. Kasi can you imagine, pag ganyan yung itsura niyan dito mo binitinan Pag dito ka nagbitin talagang, yung weight ng palaglag talaga.
So he can pull it down on himself.
We cannot change that, sir. I mean, the structure that they...
No, that's how a goalpost is. A goalpost is a goalpost buong mundo. How do you change that? It's not.
Hindi naman
Standard.
It's a standard thing.
Maybe they can fix that in the middle of the, yung field para to make sure na hindi talaga, kahit bitinan. But of course, yun nga Kasi ginagamit nila yan, they keep on pulling that. Kasi minsan merong, hindi naman yung actual na 2 goal, no? Sometimes nilalagay nila sa side to side kasi maraming naglalaro
Yeah.
So,
Sinong papalit kayo sa biktima sa kanyang?
siya ang papalit. Si Nash. Kasi partner niya talaga yan It's a long distance running.
So magiging challenge na yun siya?
Magiging challenge sa yan.
The best way to remember the memory of Nash and to honor the memory of Nash is for the athletes to really train even harder.
To dedicate the training
To dedicate the training to Nash.
to Dela Cruz.
Siguro
Nash
sir, kailangan ng postro yung track and field ng Laoag City, sarili training center.
No, that's, just put that aside for now. That's something that's being worked on. But we need to concentrate on this. And that's it.